So let's mount up and head to Nimalton. I realize we're leaving quite a few things undone, but it's because we want to get through Caldwell Silver in time. Heavy sack. Let's search this. Okay, we got 10 rubidite ores. There's a smithing spot here. Let's just put it on the map real quick. Needed ingredients: Dremora toes, cured Cormer skins, life-size Orchical skeever statuettes, 2 bowls of molding moringa chowder, 7 werewolf nose hairs. Weird stuff. What are they using this for? Okay, this here is clothing station. Do we have any clothes to deconstruct? Yep. This is the fastest way to level up any of the crafting, be it blacksmithing or woodworking. Just deconstruct items. We've basically gained, what, 2 levels? Okay. I don't need to refine anything really because we're just gonna sell that stuff. We'll never use it. There's a recipe and it's for sweet scamp matza. As for blacksmithing, let's take a look. Do we have anything to deconstruct? Yeah, we have quite a number of items we can deconstruct. We're not going to level up any further because it's not possible. But we're just going to get the materials from the items we deconstruct. Okay, now let's see if there's anything we can improve. How about create? Let's create a girdle, if we can. Increases Munda Stone effects by 3.5%. Absolutely. Okay, so we have our rubidite girdle. Now let's improve it. Munda Stone effects will be increased by 4.5%. Let's try to improve it further. Munda Stone effect increases by 5.5%. This will improve it by increase it by 6.5%. But let's hold on there. Let's see what we're actually wearing. So right now, if you see our character, Our maximum magicka is 25772. Once we put this on, our magicka should go up. Yep. Wait. So, if we equip this... Yeah. You know what? Let's get rid of the confusion. Let's deconstruct the other one. Yes. Let's take a look at our character again. So it was 25857. That's our maximum magicka. If we equip this, yeah, okay. What the hell is going on here? Oh, okay, that's... I was getting a bit confused. So if we unequip it, yeah, it's now equipped. So let's look at our character is 25857. Now, the other thing I wanted to craft was a helm, but we definitely do not have the materials for that at this moment. Let's just improve the girdle all the way. Let's improve it. We need to craft pulse shoulder guards and that. So if we look at our Mundustone here, let's look at the character. Yep, increases maximum magicka by 1405. There is no woodworking here. Oh, here it is. Can we improve our bow? First, let's deconstruct. Let's do some research. There are a number of things we could research here. Let's research that. I think that's all for now. Bow of Frost. Let's see what we currently have equipped. We have the Ruby Ash Bow. Let's craft that. No, we cannot make it epic. We only have one. I'm not gonna risk a 25% chance. Let's see what this does. 2583 frost damage. Let's see if actually that does anything for us when we actually attack enemies using poison. If it will give both poison and frost damage. If it does, it will be definitely worth it. If it doesn't, we don't have to worry with it. Okay, so where were we? Talk to a god in the Molten.
Welcome to the Molten, traveler. Do you seek the counsel of our mighty Thane Fiora? Or are you here with Sergeant Ira's contingent?
I have urgent news for Thane Fiora.
Urgent news, eh? Perhaps it'll take her mind off the troubles. Been enough of that lately.
Actually, it's meant to do quite of the opposite since it's urgent.
There was an attempt on the Thane's life. Her housecarl, of all people. Bastard. Sergeant Ira and her squad arrived just recently to look into the matter.
Did the Thane survive?
Aye. Our Fiora's a tough one, she is. Cut that hawker down where he stood. Look, I have to keep to my post. I'm sure the sergeant and our Thane will want to speak with you. The hall is just up the stairs, off of the main square.
Okay, I'll speak to the Thane.
What brings you to my hall? You don't look in need of a Thane's help. And if you are with Ira, I am not in need of her help either.
We're just here to help.
A friend of Ira's? Well then, welcome to Nimulton.
I thought you just said if we were with her, you're not interested in our help. Now you want to help? Confusing. Yeah, we met at Balfoyan.
The King's Arrow, yes? Well met. Tell no one that Bethesda was a member of the Worm Cult. I won't have Nimulton fall into chaos. We are on his trail. My advisor and the court mage search for any hint of the cult as we speak.
So your house call was a worm cultist?
Keep that to yourself. I won't have the Nimulton fall into chaos. We're on his trail. My advisor and the court mage search for any hint of the cult as we speak.
You just said that, though, so how goes the investigation?
Slow. My advisor Borodin is at the inn questioning townfolk. My court mage Golan is at the Mages Guild researching the worm cult. Would you help them?
I'll do what I can.
My people should not suffer for any problems within my court. I should have seen Bethesda's treachery before it came to roost in my very hall.
Can you describe what happened?
There's not much to tell. Bastard asked me for a private conference, said he had something sensitive to tell me. When we were alone, he pulled a knife. I had to crush his scaly neck with my bare hands.
Did you suspect anything before the attack?
Not a thing. To think of all the days I let that scaleback drink my mead, live in my hall. Brrr!
Okay, let's go try to find these other people. Orgers, a summary by Sirontil. The backwoods of Cyrodiil, and indeed any stretch of rarely traversed common land across Tamriel, may be home to one of Tamriel's basest aberrations, the Augur. Peek into a den of sticks or the shallow cave of a rocky hillock, and you may not meet a troll or a wolf, but a small community of these primitive creatures. Often it is best to leave their hunting land fallow, as they tend to shy away from our thresholds and keep other marauders in check. If an ogre is presenting you with some difficulty, you are obliged to contact the nearest town guard. For a nominal fee, a raiding party can easily dispatch such a foe. Orgers have not the intelligence to argue a point and take a primal enjoyment when mashing den intruders into malformed corpses. They hunt for food and gather necessities and enjoy life on Nirn, no more than that. With the exception of when employing their considerable strength to wrench apart foes or lob large rocks at them. Fortunately, the Orgur's ponderous nature enables nimble opponents to avoid such attacks. As for their coloration, Phrastus of Eleni's speculation that their gray-blue skin camouflages their silhouetted forms against the sky has been convincingly debunked by Lady Cinnabar of Tanith, so we are no closer to solving that riddle. One cannot simply walk up to an Orgur and ask. Guess they're violent.
Some of my Dark Elf friends are still upset that St. Velof's shrine was attacked. And by one of their own, no less.
Let me take a look at something here and see. I may just want to recraft all our armor and just research Mundus stones. See if it will make us a little bit more dangerous. Yep. It was 2499, it's now 2509, so basically 10 points.
Good. Keep it up.
Get out of here! I'm busy!
The Thane said you'd have a theory about the worm cult.
The Thane is impatient. I almost have it. At first, it stumped me. Why would the cult come to this backwater? What could the cult find in Nemalton and nowhere else?
Well, what?
I need to do more research. I need to consult a book in the Thane's library to be certain. I'll meet you there as soon as I can.
Okay. They're probably upstairs.
Let me guess. You're looking for worm cultists, right?
Yes, I am.
Well, here we are. We're all worm cultists. Everyone in Nemalton worships worms and dances with Daedra.
So you haven't learned anything then?
I've learned that the Thane needs to settle down. Having a troubleshooter come all the way out here because Fiora had a fight with a housecarl. Shameful. It makes Nemalton look bad. I'm thinking we need a new Thane.
Okay.
How goes the investigation?
I'm getting suspicious of this dude.
Nemalton reminds me of Bleakrock. All these good people oblivious to danger. If only we could have protected my husband and son. Have you learned anything?
Borrowed isn't drunk. He claims everyone in Nemalton is part of the cult.
He's a fool. Has Golan uncovered anything interesting?
He said he's close to uncovering what the cult wants.
Oh? And what is that?
He didn't say he needed to examine a book in the Thane's library.
I'm eager to learn what he uncovers. In the meantime, would you investigate Betarnes's home? It's just south of the Thane's Hall. I trust you'll miss nothing.
Okay.
I can't promise I'll remember any of this.
There's nothing suspicious inside this basket. The spirits are the key to unlocking Sinmoon's power. We must have Nimolton as the base for the search. If Fiora will not join, end her. Okay, we've gotten the
ask too many questions.
Okay, come get it. Volume 20. Your Imperial Majesty, said the potentate Versduche through the door. You can open the door. I assure you, you're perfectly safe. No one wants to kill you. Mara's blood, came the Emperor Roman's voice, muffled, hysterical, tinged with madness. Someone assassinated the prince, and he was holding my shield. They could have thought he was me. You're certainly correct, Your Imperial Majesty, replied the potentate, expunging any mocking qualities from his voice, while his black slitted eyes rolled contemptuously. And we must find and punish the evildoer responsible for your son's death, but we cannot do it without you. You must be brave for your empire. There was no reply. At the very least, come out and sign the order for the Lady Ridger's execution, called the potentate. Let us dispose of the one traitor and assassin we know of. A brief pause, and then the sound of furniture scraping across the floor. Raymond opened the door, just a crack, but the potentate could see his angry, fearful face and the terrible mound of ripped tissue that used to be his right eye. Despite the best healers in the Empire, it was still a ghastly souvenir of the Lady Ridger's work in Thurzo Fortress. Hand me the order, the Emperor snarled. I'll sign it with pleasure. Let's see, this is a 6th Hearthfire 2920, Gideon Blackmarsh. The strange blue glow of the will-o'-the-wisps, the strange blue glow of the will-o'-the-wisps, a combination, so should be told, of swamp gas and spiritual energy, had always frightened Tavia as she looked out her window. Now it seemed strangely comforting. Beyond the bog lay the city of Gideon. It was funny, she thought, that she had never set foot in its streets, though she had watched it every day for 17 years. Can you think of anything I've forgotten? She asked, turning to look back on the lawyer Kothringi Zook. I know exactly what to do, he said simply. He seemed to smile, but the Empress realized it was only her own face reflected in his silvery skin. She was smiling, and she didn't even realize it. Make certain you aren't followed, she warned. I don't want my husband to know where my gold's been hiding all these years. And do take your share of it. You've been a good friend. The Empress Tavia stepped forward and dropped from sight into the mist. Zook replaced the bars on the tower window and threw a blanket over some pillows on her head. With any luck, they would not discover her body on the lawn until morning, at which time he hoped to be halfway to Morrowind. If you guys are following the story, it's getting deeper and deeper. It's not always too easy to remember them, especially as you're not the ones reading them, but you find one book here, you find the next book in the next town, or 3 towns over. So you have to keep everything in your memory, basically, to be able to follow the story.
Murder? On my watch? Oh, good to see you. I have sad news. Golan is dead. We heard the sounds of a struggle. My soldiers and I arrived too late.
Where was he found?
In the library with a pair of smashed skeletons. The worm cult, I'm sure of it. But how did they get past my guards?
We'll help the search.
First the attack against the Thane, and now this. I've asked my soldiers to take a more active role in defending the hall. I pray it's enough.
I was attacked in Baroness' home. The cult knows I'm here.
You're not afraid, are you? Stay strong, my friend. We'll find the heart of this corruption.
Okay, so Golan has been murdered. Golan was stabbed repeatedly until he died. A faintly glowing object is scarcely visible beneath him, as though he tried to hide it. I guess we can use it here. Saying we cannot use it there. Are you kidding me? Where do we need to be standing to use the glowing orb?
Greetings, Master Drendov. As always, your memories are alive in me. How may I serve?
What are you?
I am as you made me, Master. A Magicka memory matrix. A place to hold safe your dearest memories.
What's the last memory you have?
Research entry. As I suspected, the worm cult plans to use bound companion spirits to empower Sinmur. I found evidence they're gathering in the crypt beneath Nimalten. The footprints lead from this fireplace. Here. What? No!
That's it?
Yes, Master Drendov. Your notes on the companions indicate they once bound powerful heroes as eternal guardians. I cannot recall any other information on this subject.
Can we enter this secret passage?
Move to take Nimalten. They need you out of the way. I doubt I can take you in a fair fight. Luckily, I don't have to.
I knew Borodin was... I knew he was suspect. I knew it. Yeah, the way he really did not want to investigate, I knew he was suspect. Let's go get him.
If she refuses, she dies.
Ah, here he is. I knew he was involved. I knew he was involved because when we asked him to look up the worm cult, he was like, yeah, everyone is part of the worm cult and we need a new Thane and stuff like that. So that's what gave him away for me. Let's get the party started. Right, we're about half an hour in, so we're going to take a break right here, and we'll be right back with more Elder Scrolls Online.